got a big, fat, bold pen. How are you going to challenge my big, bold pen?
This is my So this is like my usual sort of pen right here. This is the small permanent marker, and this is the big, bad, beefy, ultra mega.
Pen goes and gets permanent marker.
Well, you know how they say the pen is mightier than the sword. The permanent marker is mightier than the pen. It's good, man. Anyways.
Well, I don't know. This is red. Is your pen red? Your pen's only black.
Anyway. Shit. No, I only deal with black pens because, yeah, reasons. Oh, look, we're recording.
Board games, going to play some board games. Board games, we're going to play some board games with James and Jason and Chris and myself. Oh! So, as it says on the banner at the bottom, and we've got Andrew. Hello, Andrew Dennison.
Hello. Fashionable entrance.
Just in time. So, what we're going to be playing...
I was here 2 minutes ago. Just don't know what you're saying.
Really?
I've been sat there for 2 or 3 minutes.
Well,
when you were discussing pens.
Oh, okay.
You know, so I know where I rank. You know, pen, Andrew, Andrew. Yep.
So we've got that, and I am really under.
What colour is my pen?
I've got a gold pen, because I'm going to win.
Here is my Wibble deck.
It's the pigment that we agree to be red.
Pink. I'll say it's pink. So
Say
this
anything
is what we're playing today. We are playing Say Anything. It's been a while since we played it, but I think that everyone in this stream knows how to play it, and I'll explain it when we get to it so that anyone watching can join in.
When I remember which one it is, I will remember how to play it.
And before that, we're going to play 3 MELL. But before any of that, let's talk about something that's made us smile in the past few days. I'm going to talk about birds. I want to talk about, I was out in the garden today. It was quite sunny. I did my normal morning routine that I've started doing a stream at 10 a.m. and coming in. And hello, it's Tom Cauldron. You're just in time to start talking about things that made us smile. And I'm talking about birds out in the garden, 11ish, doing some work. And then I saw 3 birds on my time out there. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but I think one of them was a robin, possibly, with an orange bottom. One of them, I don't know, maybe it was a sparrow. It was kind of black with white bits as well. And just hearing the bird song envelop me, the wind caress me, and the insects, start to go onto my skin, which isn't my favorite thing. I blew them off when they did that. But I felt like I was part of nature, and I appreciate that. Recently, I've been spending a lot more time in my garden enjoying it, because I'm not just always being like, okay, let's go to the next thing. Let's go out to all these man-made structures. And that's actually quite nice. And that's the thing that made me smile.
Very cool, Liz.
Well,
thank you.
That's also pretty impressive, because considering that where you live in a large city, so it's three birds. It's practically a flock.
Jason, what's something that made you smile recently?
Honestly, I would say having the motivation to sit outside. Because I don't tend to like the outdoors, and I don't tend to do exercise. I don't tend to do any of that. I don't know I don't tend to do it. But so today I sat out and I did some composition in the garden. If anything, it was better lighting, and it just kind of stayed really nice, really pleasant. And that led to my brother and I going shopping and picking up for this meat feast burger heart killer. I think I'm going to call it the heart killer burger, with like pepperoni, bacon,
triple
kebab.
bypass. Triple bypass.
Yeah, but it's not something I eat often, and it's quite nice that because I've cut down on my red meat, and it's quite nice that we out just a spur of the moment we decided, do you know what, we'll the shop's local, if it's quiet we'll go and get this stuff, and it was spent a few hours watching The Simpsons, so actually it's kind of one thing led to another, so it's been quite a nice afternoon.
Oh, that sounds lovely. And if you're watching along in the comments, feel free to share something that made you smile with us. Let us know. Please share your joy. But James, do you have anything that you want to...
Joy down in my heart.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I was doing a bit of voice chat with some friends earlier, and some of them made banjo noises as they were talking, and it was quite funny to hear.
Okay.
Just don't ask why.
Just
It's a random
small
thing.
that sometimes makes you laugh. Sometimes those are the best things.
Human beings impersonating a banjo is something to be heard, yes.
That's quite joyful, yes.
Chris?
Well, I'm actually thankful that some of the stuff has slowly been reopening here in Warsaw. The mall, basically, for want of a better term, has been mostly closed except for the grocery store and the pharmacies. And of course, that's really what was needed for a long time. But now, a lot of the stuff is reopened. We were finally able to get a couple of pieces of electronics we were both really looking for. I was kind of in need of a new set of headphones, so here we are. And yeah, so it's nice to see things kind of beginning to slowly return back to normal here in Poland, and it's always a good time to see that.
Nice.
I guess we have the question of whether it's too early for things to be going back to normal, but fingers crossed they'll be doing it for the right reasons and not just political rapport.
Everything's political, mate. Everything's political.
Yeah.
I mean, to some extent, you need the politics because there's a logic to if you keep people happier, they may continue to follow the more mild lockdown for longer. So it's, I mean, it's not just politics; it's goodwill. But the goodwill of the people to follow the lead of the politicians is dependent on, you know. I suspect if they don't ease some things soon, they will start getting significant abuse of the major lockdown. Whereas if they relax things, people will hopefully uphold the critical elements longer.
You know, Andrew, I noticed something quite different about your little box there. Well, you've got.
I have a decent webcam.
But also, how long has it been since you shaved your upper lip?
About 20 minutes. Yeah.
I've never noticed.
Never noticed.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I didn't notice.
I'm not the most observant.
No, I tidied it up just now. In fact, I tidied it up just now. So no, but this is partly because I was grateful. I didn't get to. I could have done all along. I had reason to drive to my office and unlock the building and get some files I needed, which I deemed to be essential. In as far as I wasn't going to get the project I'm doing done without them, I had hoped we'd have blown over by now. I had also actually not expected the project to move forwards as quickly as it has, but happy days. Some things have actually been moved up the agenda because of, the situation. So I had to go to the office, and while I was in the office, it occurred to me to grab my 2019 webcam instead of my 2000 webcam. So you now get me in, I don't think it's HD, but, it might be. I think you get 720 HD off me now rather than 300 by 200 pixels or whatever awful resolution I was sending before.
On my mobile, what were your pixels the size of a postage stamp? But I don't think it makes any difference.
I mean, for those watching in glorious large screen.
Yeah, you never know if someone may be projecting you on a massive screen.
I mean, God help them if they are, but...
Can you help me? I had something a bit stuck.
You had a bit of... It's nice to know that you had some personal grooming done just for this particular event.
Yeah, well, I also needed to do it anyway. It's again lockdown rules. It's again you don't go to the office and stuff, so shaving and stuff is as often as needed to keep yourself tidy and hygienic. Not not for the standards of must shave going to the office.
True.
Whoops.
We've been replaced by a cat. Well,
I
not
didn't
replaced.
realise that
I am
was
now
going
the
to
size of a
pop up
postage
straight
stamp.
away. I thought that was going to stay in the bottom, but I do want to give a quick shout out. Sorry to interrupt you, Tom. So basically, we've got the cat burglist. These are all stickers that you will be able to pledge for it for the next 40 minutes.
Ooh.
38 minutes. The next 38 minutes.
The Kickstarter is finishing. Catnap was the seventh sticker as voted on by everyone, and Cat Cheer. That's actually turned out to be one of my favorites because it's like, yay, sometimes life is good, but sometimes it isn't. And this sticker kind of embodies both aspects of that. Cat's Trophy, which is a people's favorite pun, the catalogue, and then we've got people deciding between two different ones for the last sticker, either Cataclysm or Musician. So let me know which one of those two is your favourite one.
We want.
I mean, I have a preference, but I am a musician.
Yeah. I also like the musician. I was in choir for a long time. I was in the barbershop quartet for a little while. So, I definitely would like the musician better.
I like a cat nuke, but that's me.
Yeah, I like both of them. But
I think you can't do Cataclysm stickers without Cataclysm. I think that would just be
that too.
Yeah,
that is a very valid.
There is that logic.
It does all come down to the money. Honestly, like most times when it gets to the end of the Kickstarter, I'm going to look at the finances and work out what's the best thing I can financially reasonably afford to do. And I see that Chris Winterburn is following us, is watching along. And so hello, Chris, and thank you very much for the compliment there. And if you want to share any joy, but Tom, we never got to you. Sorry about that.
Oh, something that brought me joy today.
Yeah.
Kiwi fruit.
I love kiwi fruit.
I really don't. But we found a way.
And yet that was the highlight of your day. Can we all have a moment
to
to
make kiwi fruit edible.
The best bit of Tom's day was a fruit he didn't like.
But kiwi fruit cake actually makes it edible, and it's quite nice. And
wait, so basically what you're saying is if you mix it with a bunch of sugar and butter, then it's quite nice.
It would probably have been an even better cake if it didn't have the kiwi fruit in, but
For our Tuesday night fans, kiwi fruit is the new zucchini bread. And I realised that me and Jason have got just enough lag to keep overlapping each other.
It's how I feel about hazelnuts. Give it a bit of chocolate.
Did it come out green, or was it kind of like in sort of solid pieces? The kiwi.
It was in little bits of kiwi, but you still find the bits in the cake. So yeah.
So you're basically saying that what you really liked was this cake, which was slightly marred by a fruit you didn't like, but you tolerated the fruit because of the cake.
Yeah. I mean,
that's how I make friends. I bring cake along.
There might be an extra vitamin or two, or than otherwise. I don't know. But I've never.
Maybe try a bit of Madeira next time.
Yeah.
People tolerate the fruit if there's cake.
Yeah. So we only had kiwi fruit because it was in with the other fruit that we got in the veg box. So we wouldn't have chosen it otherwise.
I discovered something that I didn't realise until yesterday how amazing it was. It was my last half an Easter egg, and I had some Angel Delight left over. So I thought, Angel Delight in the Easter egg on the plate, and then you put the plate over and tip it, and you've got like this Angel Delight filled Easter egg. I don't know, that strawberry. Ooh. You can crack it open, and it. Yeah, it's
good idea.
Really nice.
I thought that I saw your chocolate stick. I thought it came like that.
No, it didn't. It absolutely didn't. I spooned in the Angel Delight, put the plate over. Oh, so it's my blue tack. Put the plate over, and very carefully and dangerously, very dangerously, because I've got hypermobility, and I just went and Yeah, it was worth it. I want to try it next year with butterscotch, because butterscotch
Ooh,
H-Light is the best.
You don't have to wait till next year.
Yes.
Or unless you make your own Easter eggs, which I have done because I had a little sculpt, and then you hollow them out, you put it around, and then you kind of glue the two bits together with chocolate. But we are here to play games, and we are starting off with MELL, which is a game that I will explain. Now, the way that MELL works, I did remember to make myself big thank you very much for Chris and James for generally reminding me. So you need to get a bit of paper if you're watching along in the comments, and a pen, and you can write 1, 2, and 3 plus. Now this is where you're going to be marking off what words you've made, just to keep track of your score. In this game, I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of each, plus a 7th 2-letter word. And so you can tell by the little dots that I've done. Every time you have a perfect set, so it's worth 10 points. A 1-letter word's worth 1 point, a 2-letter word is worth 2 points, 3-letter word is worth 3 points. But a complete set, instead of 6, you get a bonus 4 points, which brings it up to 10. So here it's worth 60, plus the 2 is 62. Now, the way this game is going to work, I see we've had someone just join us. Grab a bit of paper and pen and you can play along. Is with these cards, the L deck cards. That's very appropriate. I drew the EL card. So if I drew this card, you would have to decide, am I going to write E or L? And then you grow the words from left to right. Now there's 3 possible 1-letter words, A, I, and O. Those are all the 1-letter words that we accept in this game. But with the 2-letter words and the 3-letter words, it's anything that would be accepted in any version of Scrabble. You can
I'm going to total
go...
that up at some point. I'm
Pardon?
curious now. I'm going to total that up at some point and find out exactly how many there are.
So here I made O-N, and then I scribbled that off and wrote a mark next to the 2, and then id, and then sad, and then I, and then I. And each time you're extending from left to right on one of 3 possible lines. So you're only allowed to have 3 active words at once. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
3 active words. That's it.
Yes, you're only allowed 3 active words at a time. So once you finish the word, you can just do a little full stop or scribble it off, and then you can do another thing to its right.
Am I correct in saying you don't get extra points for any more letters than 3?
That is correct. And so going for more letters than 3 is a waste. So that's why it's 1, 2, and then 3 plus. Because if you make a 4-letter word, frankly, you're just wasting those cards. And you don't have to use every card if you don't want. But there are 24 cards, which I believe 6. What's the maximum?
What?
No,
Okay.
we're playing with 48. We
Oh,
do
it's-
actually play with 48 in this version of the game. And the maximum score is 80.
Okay.
Remind me of the scoring, so you get 10 per set, and
1 letter is 1 point, 2 letters is 2 points, 3 letters is 3 points. But you
Is the
want to...
is the
But you
maximum
want
not 88 then?
No, it's 80 because you've got 48 divided by 6 is 8. So you could make 8 sets.
You need at least
How
6 letters to make a set of 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And how many? Oh, there's only point. There's 80 points bonus plus the points per letter then.
And you can
No,
only have
no,
3 going at the same time.
There's a 10 points for a set of 1, 2, and 3.
2 and 3. Yep. But there's no points for the letters at all.
Correct. So
No
it's
one's
4
counting.
points bonus.
Okay. I'm sure somebody just told me that the number of points per letter, or said, do you not get any extra points per letter? I'd lost
So,
track of which
for
version.
example, this is a terrible score where it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sets makes 40. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is another 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1 is another 6. So it's 16 plus 40 was only 56. Does that make sense?
Oh,
That's
okay.
a terrible score.
You get the bonus if you don't complete the set.
56
I'm
out
with
of
you.
80 is not great.
I'm with you. I was trying to figure out how it wasn't 80 plus 48 because I understood 80, 8 sets of 6. And then I was trying to figure out how you didn't also get 48 points, but you only get the extra points per letter for incomplete sets.
Yes. So here it's 1, 2, and 3 plus the bonus 4 is worth 10. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 60 plus the 2 for the 2.2 letter word
That's a
left
word.
over. So that makes a total of 62, which is what I scored. And in
Sure.
this game, apparently, I won.
Are there
I
any
think the
wild
point
cards,
is something-
please?
There are no wild cards in this game. You should not need them because they're only making 1, 2, and 3 letter words.
Okay.
I think the point is to make more sense when we get to the end.
It's
I remember
one
it,
of
I
those
just-
games.
I think I was a scoring system behind. I think last time I played 3MELL, we had a slightly different system. So I may have got confused.
Ooh. And we've got 27 minutes left to go on the Kickstarter. And we've had someone else pop in. Thank you very much for your pledge. That's lovely to see.
And do vote for the for a sticker.
Cataclysm.
Musician.
Some people want Cataclysm, some people want the musician. We will decide. I think
Some
that
want
regardless of the stretch goals, I think we are going to have at least one of them. So we're going to start off with this card that will hopefully give you a bit of room to breathe.
Oh,
It's R or M.
Okay.
R or N?
M.
We have to nominate
M.
which line we're putting
So
them
it doesn't
on.
really matter. You just write R or M to
Underneath,
start
and then
off a
you
word.
put it
Yeah.
up top. Okay, right, with you.
Now, N or D. And unless you can think of a word that continues this one to the right of one of the letters, you will have to start off a new word.
mnemonic. Thing.
Yeah, but it's a little bit
mnemonic is
overkill.
too long. It's a bit wasteful.
Probably not the most efficient.
E or P.
I've got me.
Yes,
So do
have
I.
me too.
Yes.
You
Me.
don't have to bank it right now.
We
Mine-
could save
just
it and
leave
make it Mew, for example,
New.
or
Mhm.
Met.
or Met.
If you wanted. Or
Men.
Men.
Men. I don't want men.
I like men.
Fair enough.
I'm
and
claiming.
I have made my first 3-letter word with men.
As have I.
You see,
We're
now
all
I feel
about the
like
men
I
here,
should do.
apparently. T or H?
I'm going with Met.
I've got nuts. Blue.
Well, you could have met men.
I've met many men.
Many men you have met.
Many men I have met.
S or X?
No. Okay.
That's not good.
I'll be
Get
taking
on
the
the third
S
line
then.
then.
That was my
What
first
about
line
those
as well.
vowels?
Ooh,
No.
R or B?
Now you're making it awkward.
Vowels.
About those vowels.
Oh no! T or L? Okay, I might be skipping
I don't
this
read
one.
the 2 letters.
I think it'll be. Well, yeah, I think you're gonna have to skip it as well.
I or L?
Okay.
So this is what mine looks like. I've E or K?
Eek.
All right.
Going down the road. R or D?
Weird for
And
food.
I've made Sir.
So have I. Go for the first,
Yeah.
3-letter one.
I'm all over the shop, so don't ask. It's a bit of a mess.
N or Z?
Ah,
It's not helping.
No.
I'll go with 10. I've got lots of 3 letters. I need some 1 and 2 letters.
R
Oh,
or
you're
L?
kidding me!
Really?
Oh,
I'm guessing nouns are not pronouns. Proper nouns aren't allowed.
I don't
proper
suppose
nouns are
allowing
not allowed.
Doctor
I can't-
DR, are we?
So I can't have Trill from Star Trek.
No, but Trill
Well-
is also
well,
a word.
Trill-
Trill.
Yeah, Trill is a word.
If you got
But
2 L's,
yeah, if you got 2 L's, that is.
bit wasteful.
T or D?
No.
Ooh.
Bother.
I've got net for my 3rd 3-letter.
Good for you. Catch that
O
word.
or U?
It's not too late to shuffle today. It probably is.
We're getting some vowels now. A or M?
Finally.
What's that?
I have a
T for one letter
set.
and A for one letter.
I have
Oh,
another
very nice.
3+ word.
T or C?
I like that card.
S or G? I'm going to score at for 2.
Scoring
Going to skip
I've got,
that.
I've got no.
Tar.
O or H? I'm scoring go.
Yep.
So am I.
I scored no.
I've scored
2.
no go.
What? Pogo.
No go.
I'll
Oh,
have an.
They're 2
I'll
separate
take an
twice.
A again.
Thank you. I'll
No for
take
2
that.
letters and
Oh,
A
actually,
for
no, I
one
won't.
letter.
Oh, yes, I will.
Remember,
two
the
sets.
A, O, and I are the only 1-letter words we're allowing.
Yes.
I've had A twice
Oh,
now.
there's a 2-letter word. Does that count?
Self for 4 letters.
I'm coming A.
N-
N
A.
or F?
N.
Ah,
I've got my 3rd 2-letter word with of.
I've got. Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
taking on.
A or J?
it's far
take
allowed.
A again.
As in
Do
go,
re,
re,
mi, so,
mi.
fa. Yep.
Yeah.
Those are words.
Okay, yes.
Thank you.
I
Banking that then.
O-D. This is Garfield's
Are
friend.
you allowed to repeat words?
Oh, yes, of course.
I'm having A again. Well, I'm
I'm
putting the
scoring no,
I'm
and
having
then
O by itself.
putting this as an O. E or Y? Finally.
I have
I'm
2
scoring
for 2
try.
letters, A for 1 letters.
Dry.
And
Try.
So I've got
Nice.
6.
Oh, try.
What were the single-letter words?
A,
A-I-N-O.
I, and O.
I thought so.
A-L. Remember, the ideal is to have 8 of each. So if you've got more than 8 of one, then you've got too many.
Oh, USB.
Is nab a word? N-A-B must be.
Yeah.
scoring
Yeah.
T.
Nab. I'm on 3 sets. Oh, yeah.
R or W?
a few for 3 letters.
I'm
Nice.
banking now.
And so A for 1 letter.
I'm banking A.
I'm using
S or C?
for 2. S or
What's all
C.
this? What is this banking you guys are doing?
I'm putting in an O for my 3rd set.
I think I'm going to have to skip that one.
So
Where-
basically,
you
just to
putting-
clarify, was that a genuine question, Chris?
Yeah, well,
Well,
I
banking.
wasn't actually sure. Yeah.
So basically, with this O, I didn't have to have it as an O. So this O could have been of. But when I
Okay.
got the S, I decided to stop it, bank it as a 1-letter, and start a new word with the
Okay. Okay. Okay, sorry about
because
that.
you never have to claim a word until you're stopping
choose.
it and starting
Yeah.
a new one.
Okay, I was just confused because like there wasn't an O back there. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. I'm
We've got
Don't like any
S
of those.
or D.
What was the previous card? Sorry, Bez.
We just had S or D.
And the card before that. Sorry.
S or C.
I'll skip both of them.
You need a moment.
Vowels.
Okay, hopefully you're up
S
to
or
scratch
B,
now. A or P.
I finally got a P to make drip,
Eh.
which is overkill, but hey, I ended up with DRI for some reason. I have 4 sets.
Banking La.
Oh, I've scored as my 6th 2-letter, which might be too much.
Sick to.
A or W.
I'll take an A, please, for A.
I will take an A
Oh,
as
yeah.
well as my 4th set.
Yeah, actually, yes. So will I.
I or C.
I would take that I.
Ooh. S-I, sigh, which is a word.
Thank you for my 4th set.
I'll take the A and put down an I. O or V.
That's my 5th set done with so.
Oh. You are using only 1 letter from each card, right, James?
Yeah, I'm about to get my 5th set.
N or H.
I just got my 5th set.
Nice.
Yeah, I
A
did
little
1.
jealous.
Some.
I'm banking Bow for 2.
I'm getting Din.
So this is my
3.
thing. So here with my 2nd line, it just basically got to the end. So I just continued my 2nd line here for logistics reasons. As I say, it's all about you can only have 3 active at one time.
That's fine. How many cards have we got left, Bez?
Oh, I should double check.
Let's have it. We must be well over 2/3 of the way through just because of the set limit.
We are about 3/4 of the way through.
So we've got about 12 to go.
After this one, we have 12 to go.
Okay. I
or Y?
I'm going to take that I.
I'm going to hold it for now in case.
T or G? That gives me 6.
Thank you.
I'm going to take
That's
Y.
5 sets for me.
T.
I or U?
I'm going to take the I and claiming an I. My 5th set.
To the I.
U. This one's disgusting. It's E or W.
Yeah, I don't like that card.
Yeah, that one's never helpful.
Claim 4.
9 cards left. E or L?
I'll take
have
the other
the
E
L.
and have T for 3.
I'm going to take the L.
Yep. That's my 5th set.
R or H?
Take the
Unhelpful.
H, and I'm claiming an I from earlier on.
Did my 6th set by claiming an I. N or B?
Nope, don't want any of those.
I'll take in and an I to complete my 6th.
Scored that one.
6 cards left. O or C? Scoring.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
I'll take
I
the
could do
O and
that.
claim. Oh no.
Leo for 3.
I might be able to break 70. E or M? Oh, I've got Ho! H-O-E! Very excited by that. 4 cards left. I or Q?
Take the I.
Claim
Skip that one.
low and take the I. So yeah.
I or B? going to take a previous eye as a 1 and put down
The
another
eye.
one.
Take the.
Actually, I'll put down the. Yeah, I'll keep it as an I.
Okay.
S or H.
Is that the last card?
Or H.
Penultimate card.
Oh,
Card.
So is everyone ready for the final card now?
Yeah.
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 Nope.
T or M?
I can take that. So I'll take
That gives me 70.
I, he, and Nick.
I have 7 sets.
It's exactly
Wow.
7 sets as
Good
well.
for you.
Me too.
I
I've
have
got
5 sets.
7 plus. So, who? So in the final analysis, this is my bits of paper. So at the very end, I had is, it, and N like an N dash.
Yeah.
And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 2 extra 2 letters, which is 74.
Nice.
Oh.
I skipped a few in the middle.
Yeah, I
Well,
hit the skip
70.
a lot.
Yeah, I had men, trim, A, la, another A, I. I couldn't finish that hin, H-I-N. The second line I have no, go, O, far, bow, I, T, rem, as in rem sleep. Sir, on my third line, now, cob, and then I had a H that was just there.
Yeah, I had an S one.
So that gives me
around at the end.
5. Yeah, that gives me 5 sets with 2 on the 3 plus. I'm not sure how to add that up.
So
Isn't
you've
rem
got
an
2
abbreviation?
extra. So
Dare I ask?
so that would give you 56. Because the
I
3
debated
plus
rem.
are worth 3 each. So that's
Okay.
56.
Right.
James, what did you manage to get?
I got 70. Unfortunately, I got 1 4-letter word, so it takes off 1. 1 and 4 cards I didn't use. So I think I'm missing a card somewhere, but I've got 70.
Yeah, I
70 as well.
realised if I'd
Oh,
saved
wow.
for that M, I probably could have had Ma, but
Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah.
that's what
Andrew,
they'll say next year.
what did
70.
you get?
70 spot on. Just made the 7th set.
You managed 70 as well. Wow.
Well, 70 seems popular.
That's quite surprising. So 4 people all managed to get the same score. And
We're just amazing,
Oh, I
guys.
see.
That's all.
I think it's because they were looking at my answers. That's why.
Yeah, we all copied it.
yeah, we all
copying me.
copied James.
Yeah, it's not fair, miss. I don't think it's fair.
Can I just check for next time, guys? Do we allow abbreviations in this one? I didn't think we did.
Anything that's valid in the Scrabble dictionary, and a good way to look it up is with a link that I'm going to just post right now, which you can. Oh wait, I meant. Yeah, that link allows you to just see is that a real word or is it not.
REM is a unit of effective absorbed dose of
Isn't it a
ionized-
realword.com?
It is. It's an abbreviation of radiation. It's also rapid eye movement is an abbreviation, but I was curious if it was actually deemed a word. It is a noun, a unit. That's weird. A noun? Okay, cool.
Yep.
It's not. It's a unit and a noun. So there you go. Your description of it was in fact wrong, Jason, but it is a word. So
It is
there
a
you
word.
go.
I was just.
I was about to say rapid eye movement is an abbreviation, so I was like, I didn't think we were allowed abbreviations because I totally have had like
quantity
three
of
by now.
ionizing
Are you
radiation.
quibbling with the
Interesting.
person who had the lowest points to see if they could get any lower points?
No, I didn't want to dot you points. I just wanted to check that I wasn't missing out on using abbreviations because I reckon I could have got like 75 if I'd done abbreviations.
But it's a good point. I lost. It's like, see this loser? You're gonna give them less points now because
No, not the intent at all. Not the intent at all. I just wanted to check if we were or were not allowed abbreviations or scientific units. Given how many
So you lost-
scientific units
sorry,
are
James.
2 letters.
millimeters, centimeters.
I think you've got a bad connection there, James, or maybe it's.
I know a joke
through
about
you.
chemistry elements. It was like Sodium, 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 Batman.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Anybody in the room not get that one? Oh dear. Yeah.
We are all geeks.
We all
And,
look at,
Think for yourself. I'm a nerd.
Look, I was a nerd and a geek before. I was a nerd before it was cool to be a nerd.
I'm not going to comment. I've also seemed to have moved.
Yeah, because James came out and then went.
James reordered us. Fair enough.
And just
Right,
for one
good time,
final look at the cat stickers, because
Oh yes, nearly.
Can we have a spy on how much we've raised so far on the Kickstarter?
so the
last 10
total
minutes.
is 868. It's not
Good going,
a big Kickstarter. This is like a 2-digit number of backers. It's 88 backers, and
600%, though, isn't it?
like
Doing well.
it's
A
a lot
£2
more.
sticker pack. That's pretty good.
Like honestly, parts of me when I launched it was thinking, okay, I really hope that this might be the first ever thing that I make that is just really goes wild and has loads and loads of people on. And clearly that didn't happen. But at the same time, I'm just really thankful that there are these people who are really excited to get their face in a Cat's Ass trophy, for example, or to show how cheery they are. And honestly, like everyone who's supporting me, I just want to say thank you so much, because it is super awesome. And like it's nice to kind of put it into context, because clearly, yes, there are people who like my art, but there's also some people who prefer to have the games. And yeah, even though this was just a thing for £2, the Kitty Cataclysm did better. And I think maybe it's a sign that I shouldn't be spending too much on it, because I shouldn't go to the 10th sticker. I certainly won't do that. And frankly, even though it's tempting to say, oh yeah, some people like the Cataclysm and some people like the Musician, why not do both of them? The truth is, you know, can I justify that extra couple of £100 to print off this new type of sticker? Because every type of sticker is going to be 160 something. And so anyway, that's the Cat Burglist, and that's all. Like, I wish there was something where this was smaller, but we were all present. But that is the stickers, and I will be putting it up for one last time, just in case someone pops along and wants to see it.
We are all present because we are all gifts to the world.
I'm not sure I rate myself as highly as a gift.
I just made myself vomit there a little bit.
Can I ask you guys, going round the table, starting from Jason, out of curiosity, I assume you've seen these both, Musician and Cataclysm. Which one do you prefer?
I mean, I would go Musician. I do enjoy Cataclysm as a pun, but I have to say I would wear the Musician one with pride.
What about you, Chris? Are there either of these you prefer Musician?
I am very much I have been a musician before. I was in the choir and a barbershop quartet for a little while. So me and the Musician have a lot in common.
Also, it's ginger, so you know. And it's stripy. I'm not just pure ginger. I've got a different kind of blondes and browns in my hair. So yeah, it's me.
So you in cat form?
I'm cat form. Yeah.
Which do you prefer, Andrew?
I'm a fan of the Cataclysm, partly because obviously it is Kitty Cataclysm, so logic. I like the art on Kitty Cataclysm just because I think it's a clever interpretation and a clever pun. I have been a musician, but then again, I've also been trained to deal with being in a CBRN environment. So it's really
CBRN environment. What does that mean?
Chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear.
Okay. So where
people
things
throwing
are
really
to
nasty
go
things
through.
at you with the
Just-
intent to make your day less pleasant.
So if the apocalypse comes, find you.
Well, yeah, me or just about everybody else in the military who's ever done it. It's a basic module. You all have to do it.
Yeah,
Mostly it
you
involves
feel
being CS gassed. That's
Yes,
the
but we-
fun bit.
Yes,
That's the
but we-
fun bit, is getting CS gassed.
Don't want to ask.
I would be curious, Tom, which one do you prefer?
Oh, it's very close for me. I think I'd lean slightly towards musician, but I really wouldn't. I would be happy with Cataclysm as well. I really like Cataclysm as well.
And James, I think I know what your preference is.
Well, I like the idea of Kitty Cataclysm being the Cataclysm, but I'm also sympathetic for the musician. I am liking the art. I do understand that it does help please a lot of people. So, but I think if I had the casting vote, people would kill me. So I'm not going to vote.
Well, I don't think you have the casting votes anyway,
No,
because
but I think if it was, I would still go with Cataclysm, but I do like some musician as well. Now, the more I look at it, the more I'm enjoying that card. But I still think for completeness,
which one do you enjoy
Cataclysm.
more? The more you look at it, the Cataclysm or the musician?
No, the musician one. I mean, the more I look at it, the more I can appreciate it because it's quite a good little fun action card, and it's cute. Whereas Kitty Cat was the Cataclysm one is just there. I think for me it's completeness, isn't it? It is
Do you know
the name of the brand.
I am very shocked that Cataclysm wasn't one of the first.
Yeah.
Well,
given the name tie-in to the deck,
Yeah.
it seems an obvious baseline.
It was entirely based on what was most popular.
Ah.
And so I basically, the way I did it is I asked people, hey, which one do you prefer? And, oh, I see one of you backed it. Thank you very much. As the 89th
I don't
backer.
know. I mean, popularity contest, Biz. I mean, the last person that won one of those was Donald Trump, so I wouldn't hold much favour for popularity contest.
Oh,
90 seconds. Just saying,
90
get
seconds.
your bids in now. 90 seconds.
Oh, it's gone to seconds now.
Yeah, you get seconds in the last 2 minutes.
Well,
It
it was
gives you
always
seconds.
technically seconds. It was just easy to say with minutes.
Mine
and
has
hours.
only just turned to 85, 84, 83,
Same as you.
82.
Count
I think we should have a countdown, Biz. I think we should have a countdown. A little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
we should
feline
do-
countdown?
Yeah.
Did you call it?
75.
Countdown.
What, feline countdown?
70.
Oh, what have I done? I've opened up some horrible new world of improv.
65.
You don't want to start improv with me around.
60. It's the final minute. Oh, and now it turns red at the end. Do you see this?
Has it gone red as well now? Has it?
Yeah, and it's on
Oh.
50 seconds.
That hasn't gone red for me. Perhaps because I've already pledged it.
This is live history in the making. This is.
45. I'm sure that people are really excited to see us watching.
94.
Yeah,
Everyone's seeing
yeah.
a saying that's already funded.
How do I... let me share the screen if I can.
Yeah,
Let's
we,
see
we
the
can't
action
even add
game,
the
come on.
suspense of saying it hasn't funded and we're waiting to see if the final backer will tip us over the edge.
5, 4, 3, 2,
I mean,
1.
90 backers would be nice.
Happy
round number.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
14, 13, 12,
Oh,
11, 10,
10,
9,
9,
8,
8,
7, 6, 5, 4.
Three.
4, 3.
Yay!
And there's also fireworks.
Well done.
Happy New Year!
Yeah.
Congratulations, Bez. Well done.
Hey.
Thank you very
Big
much.
starter from you.
Congratulations,
And
it's
now
a cat.
it's all changed. Because it's
What's the
all
final
gone
result
down
then, eh?
So,
Oh!
look,
No, no, no,
Ah,
no,
kind
no.
of has the...
Ooh,
Oh,
Look,
this
it
is like
goes-
looking into
crazy
mirrors.
chaos. It's a
Ah.
cataclysm, isn't it? Oh dear.
I'm going to take that off.
It's a catastrophe.
Oh.
Oh, infinite Bez.
Okay. Let's stop. That was really nice to be able to share that moment with you and whoever's watching. So again, if you're watching this after the moment, thank you very much for, being part of that. And now, it's obviously that's just the start of the process. now I have to finish the thing and make the thing and then get the thing to you, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm probably
What
going
was the
to
final
send
result,
out-
Bez?
Make sure. Don't worry. I'll make sure that she gets this done. I'm in charge of her to-do list.
That's true. So what did you say, James?
What was the result in the end?
What do you mean? It was 89 backers.
No, of the poll for the sticker.
Oh, of the poll. Yeah, musician was the most preferred one.
Okay. Well done.
Preferred.
Yeah, preferred. It was deemed the one with the most sticker potential that
I suppose-
people might
I suppose-
want to have in their pocket.
I suppose people found it very amusing.
Yeah, they wanted to catch that sticker.
You
Sorry,
guys
everyone.
and Cat, you and Cat Quest would get along just fine. It's a perfect combination, you see.
A perfect combination. No, that doesn't really work.
That
does
was
it?
the word.
Yeah, I was on
Just went too far with the fun.
Yeah.
You went too far.
Yeah, I mean, the Cats has trophy. That's probably the one that I'm proudest of because it is really obvious. I'm still really proud of Cat's Lady Don't, but
Took a
not
while
enough
to get
people
that
get that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I struggled with that one.
I didn't know what that meant. No.
Catman
Did-
2.
Oh, right.
Oh.
I'm still
Well,
trying to
that's
figure out
much better. I like that one. I think Catman 2 could be a good.
So, say anything?
No, that's what Cat's Lady Don't is. Cat Lady. So instead of Cat's Man Do, it's Cat's Lady Don't.
See, I feel that would work better with a dog-based pun because instead of cat man do, it's dog lady don't.
That's actually
Complete
true.
reverse.
You're gonna have to make a whole dog game now. Because you got two.
Yeah.
We're still expecting a super secret promo of dog. That's just the card.
People were asking me to do that 2 days ago, one
I
morning.
was about to say this is just the Tuesday stream.
Isn't
recap.
it? There's a dog-like card in the Cataclysm.
No,
Right,
we were talking about there being a pretender, but there isn't.
Ah,
So this
Right.
is a wonderful
Same.
game. Let me.
I think I remember how to play it. I will remember how to play it when about half of the rules are explained.
Yeah. Same
So
here.
this is the thing. I will be writing the scores on here, like so. Everyone, including anyone who's watching, can play along. We just need to decide colours. Now, let's go round starting from Jason.
I'm going to go with. Is that yellow?
Yes, Jason can be yellow.
I'm going to be the
Chris?
flamboyant potato I am.
Blue.
Chris is blue. Andrew?
Do I have an option on orange?
Yes.
Okay.
Tom?
What is the left?
Green, purple, brown, red, or silver? And by silver, I mean grey.
I will go grey.
And how about yourself, James?
Pink.
There's purple or red. Those are the closest to pink.
Pink, please. Purple.
Okay.
Today's episode of Listening Comprehension is brought to you by James.
And if I will then be red.
Oh, that one.
And if anyone in the comments wants to join in, let us know, and you can either be green or brown.
Or pink.
Colours of nature. You cannot be pink. There is no pink.
Pink.
There is no pink. Only pink.
Nobody dares take red because Bez will be cross with you.
I know.
I would not be. I would be totally okay with that.
That's when someone accidentally gets disconnected. Hello? What happened?
Are you taking pink, green, or brown, Biz? Is that what
I mean,
you
I do have that power. I mean, oh, you wanted red, so whoops.
Yeah, fine.
I have the power.
Nice to see you.
So,
Bye.
I will be the first judge, and I will explain how this game works.
How does this game
So,
work, Bez?
I ask a question from the cards. Normally there's a choice of 5, but we're just going to stick with the bottom ones unless someone really wants to do something different. And in this instance, it's what's the worst thing to say to a cop after getting pulled over? Now, everyone, if you're in the comments, just write something in the comments. If you are on the video, then write it down on a bit of paper. So you've got some concrete proof, and then when everyone's ready, we will share our answers.
Oh, we didn't write last time.
What's the worst thing to say to a cop after getting pulled over?
Oh man.
Or you can just shout it out if you're in the video. Is that easier doing it the
it'd be
same as
easy.
before?
Yeah.
Writing.
I think last time we put our hands up. so that
Okay,
we're
yeah,
ready.
put your hands up when you're ready. Jason was first. Jason, what's your answer?
Hi, Mum.
James, what's your answer?
Can I at least finish my beer first, please?
That's nice. Oh, Chris.
I'm sorry, officer. I didn't see you back there.
Okay.
Okay. And Andrew or Tom, do you have any ideas?
Oh,
Or what's the worst thing to say?
I didn't think your car could do
Oh,
150,
Oh
officer.
no!
Oh no,
Oh,
we've lost Bez.
Bez has managed to rule Bez out of the conversation.
How's that possible? That the host
Are we still live? We're still live.
We're still
Okay,
alive.
Yeah.
We're still live. We may have lost Bez.
What's the worst thing to say to a cop after getting pulled over?
I thought I'd lose you at 150, officer.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, you in miles or kilometers?
I mean, name a jurisdiction where that's going to make a big difference.
And Tom.
I'm definitely not drunk, officer. I never drink when I'm high.
Okay. So, going round the room, Jason, Chris, Andrew, Tom, James.
So, hi, Mum.
Oh, sorry, officer. Didn't see you back there.
Can I at least finish my beer first, please?
I never drink when I'm high.
Sorry, officer. I thought I'd have lost you by 150.
Okay, I've got my favourite answer. I'm writing down the name of the person here. Now, everyone else has to write down who they think gave the best answer on a little bit of paper.
Let me just get my pre-written bits of paper from the last games.
We can vote for ourselves, yes?
You can vote for yourselves.
If we think we're funny.
Yes, this is.
I think I'm
Do you think you're funny? Do you think you're
Best.
funny? Well, do you, punk?
Tom, just need. There we go. There's Chris.
You know you're a fixture of this this show when Jason has a card for you.
Yes.
I've got line.
Okay. Everyone ready?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who do you think gave the best answer? Tom, Andrew, Tom, James. And James voted for James. Well, Tom and James get points.
Yay!
I've got a point. I like me.
James was my favourite. With at least let me finish my beer. So,
Dang, I should have voted for myself and I could have winged a point.
and that's how the points are. 2 to me, 2 to James, and 1 to Tom. Now the next judge is going to be Jason. And the question we have to answer is, if Gandhi was invisible for today, what would he do? Or Jason, if you prefer, what's the most awkward thing about being in middle school? What would you prefer to do?
I prefer the Gandhi one.
Okay, if Gandhi was
Especially-
invisible for a day, what would he do?
Now, are we talking about real life Gandhi or civilization Gandhi?
I don't know the difference.
Coding errors are a bastard.
Isn't there a difference?
Yes, because coding a zero value is a mistake. don't do it. I can give you. Do we need a random fact here? Well, people think that people want to know why
Sure.
Gandhi was such an arsehole in Civilization. Because in the coding for, I think it's Civ 2, might have been Civ 1, but I think it's Civ 2, they had to rate the leaders on a scale they believed of out of 100 for how violent they would be to give the leader personality. And whoever was in charge of doing such things quite obviously gave Gandhi a 0 rating. Unfortunately, the coders hadn't allowed 0 to be a valid answer, so it read 0 as a 100, as in max value. It defaulted to 100, which made Gandhi a thoroughgoing bastard for the entire of Civilization 1 and 2, which is why he will always threaten you with nuclear weapons.
And thus, it's continued over.
Yeah, and ever since they have deliberately recreated this coding error.
It's brilliant.
There are probably mods out there to restore Gandhi's good name in the Civilization universe.
Chris, I see you first.
Yeah, correcting people's yoga posture.
Ooh.
Okay.
Very peaceful, very calm. Just sort of helping you sit up on your sacrum or whatever.
Crack.
But awkward moment when your neck just kind of goes.
Hey, Bez.
Hell does that happen?
Okay, I think that Gandhi would go into the places of government and move paper around. Not to kind of rip up anything, but just to say, maybe you shouldn't do this. I'm going to move it slightly further away from you.
I had a very similar one. I was going to say he would go into government and change some of the papers around in that he would put a notice for independence under someone to sign without them realising they were signing it.
Oh yeah, get people to sign nice laws. Okay.
Oh, we're talking.
Just put the paper around and they wouldn't realise that they're signing.
I would take answers for both Gandhis. Anyone else, Tom?
He would definitely make Boris Johnson think that he's haunted.
Seems harsh.
Oh,
I mean, from what I've read, Gandhis
do the
had
whole woo noises and everything. Yeah.
From what I've read, Gandhis had a pretty wicked sense of humour.
Clearly, the correct answer is sneak into NORAD and look for buttons to push.
Sneak into where?
Sneak into NORAD and look for buttons to push.
NORAD.
NORAD. NORAD.
What is that?
They're responsible for tracking Santa every Christmas.
Yes, they track Santa every Christmas.
Other things, yes.
And
among
other things.
Yeah. $17 billion facility tracks Santa Claus. Right. That's all they do. That's the whole purpose of it.
That's the whole purpose, yeah.
So let's just remind us as we had to Chris.
My answer was silently correcting people's yoga posture.
Andrew?
Sneak into NORAD and look for buttons to push.
Tom?
Spooking Boris Johnson.
James?
It was about going into government and giving people a Declaration of Independence to sign that they wouldn't realise they were signing it.
And Bez?
Moving papers around subtly.
Right, so I'm gonna choose. I'm not gonna say. Oh, it's a tough one. I know that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I voted.
Done that thing.
Okay, I have my bits of paper, and I just realised you can now see through it.
That's what your hand is for. Ready, set, go.
Oh.
Hey! I get points and some points with some points.
So I voted for Tom.
Hey.
So no one else voted for Tom.
Oh no!
Not me.
It was a close between Tom and Andrew, I have to admit.
What was Tom's one?
I just like the idea of Gandhi
He
just
goes-
going, not necessarily Boris Johnson, but just going around the British Parliament, because of course it'll be Britain, and spooking.
So that means that Tom, James,
did I
and
not
I
get
are
points?
all on 2 points.
Hang on. Wasn't I funniest and I voted for me being funny and I got the most votes? Did I get points for some of those?
No, Jason
I
voted
voted for Tom.
Yes. How do you get points?
You
Other
get a
people-
point if the judge votes for you.
And
And
if
you
you
get
It was
points
close.
if you vote the same as the judge.
It was
No.
close.
Yes. Watch
It
I
was
thought it was the
very-
biggest number of people.
No, there's a judge, and so it's the judge determines who's the funniest.
I thought the judge just split ties.
No.
it could have been, but it isn't.
Okay, can I just put on record that despite the electorate clearly voting for me, I've somehow failed to be elected. The popular vote has once again been undone.
Mhm.
You are the George Bush of the James by Bears, aren't you?
Wasn't he the one
Chris,
who shouldn't have done?
Yeah.
One of them, yes.
Well, no, the Al
Either
Gore.
you've
The Al Gore
got-
was-
what's the most nostalgic childhood song, or what would you be least? Who would you be least surprised to find out is an alien?
Alien.
It's got to be an alien.
Who would I find least surprising if they were an alien?
Hmm.
Oh boy. Okay. Well,
Question is, who do you know?
I feel like there's a correct answer
Oh,
here.
no, hang on.
Okay, I'm going to call on Bez.
Bez.
Damn it! Stole my
Bez
answer.
refers to himself in the third person, just stone cold.
Bess has reached the conclusion that she is not the same as everything else here, and therefore.
One of these things is not like the other. Okay. Very good, Bez.
Who would Chris
Jason,
be
Tom,
least
Andrew,
surprised
James,
to
whenever you're
find
ready.
They are an alien?
Jason, please.
Kim Kardashian.
Okay. Kim Kardashian, very good. James.
I'm going for the obvious one, isn't it? It's Donald Trump.
Well,
I'll try to avoid that. But I
Okay.
feel he's more human than anyone else.
Unfortunately, they show the worst of humanity.
That's very
The,
true.
the artist
Tom,
formerly known as.
yes. Now I've got two answers, which is basically the same answer, but it depends on which side you're on. For the Americans, my answer is Mike Pence. For the British, my answer is Michael Gove. But it's pretty much
So
same
Mike.
same reason.
Yeah, go.
Same
since the judge is an American in this case, I will take
So
Mike
Mike
Pence as
Pence,
your
yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Andrew,
The artist formerly known as.
the artist formerly known as Prince.
No, you can't pronounce it,
Or-
can you, anymore? Because it's now.
Oh. I
Yeah,
never
the-
never actually learned how to pronounce a thing that is literally unpronounceable.
I think that's the point. I understand that they are now the artist formerly known as, because you
Okay.
can't pronounce it. There you go.
Okay, so going around clockwise: Andrew, Tom, James, Bez, Jason.
The artist formerly known as.
Recap.
Mike
Okay,
Pence.
great, Tom. Mike Pence,
Mike Pence.
James,
Trump.
Donald Trump. Bez said Bez, and Jason.
I went with Kim Kardashian.
Okay, all right. I have chosen a answer that was correct for this case.
And in fact, is correct for this case.
Maybe. You don't know.
Oof.
I've
Some
picked-
very good answers, to be certain. So, everyone chose first, or
Yeah, we choose before you review. And I am just
You mean
3,
you?
2, 1.
We reveal.
Jason, Bez, Andrew.
Yeah, Bez.
Oh my. Well,
But
You guys are going to be disappointed here. My correct answer is James.
James.
Oh.
It sort of
Oh,
had to
me?
be.
Blimey.
You see, Bez,
Someone
you can
would
join
have
me in the camp of people who were funny, but wrong.
Well, it still means I get. No, I don't get anything.
No,
Yeah.
see?
Sorry. I played this one very straight-laced, for better or for worse. If it were revealed that President Trump was in fact an alien, I'd go, that explains a lot, actually, and then just kind of go on with my day because it really doesn't change a thing.
I mean, I'm curious of why, Bez, you thought I was the one, because I thought I was the weakest out of all of those responses.
Well, of all the people that might be considered human, she would be on the unlikely side. But I'm sorry, I should let Bez answer for herself.
I picked Kim. I liked your answer because Kim Kardashian is a bit weird, and yeah, I don't
That's
think
And actually-
Chris has that much interaction.
and actually-
I could have gone
There-
Lady
there was a
Gaga,
species-
Yo-Yo Ma.
Yeah, I think Jason's right because there's a species in Star Trek Next Generation called the Kardashians.
Yeah, I was totally thinking that.
Yeah.
Totally, you got it.
So I think there's definitely a link there, isn't there?
So we're on to Andrew, who asked. I would suggest look at the bottom two questions. Either what am I most likely to become famous for? That means what is Andrew most likely to become famous for? Or what doesn't taste better with ketchup?
I think what I'm most likely to become famous for has more humour potential, so we'll go with that one.
Really?
I mean, things that taste better, everything tastes better with ketchup apart from like really high-end food, which just tastes good by itself.
Or ice cream?
Or ice cream. Well, yeah.
Well,
Then
no,
again,
'cause the
somebody
chocolate-
suggested Hawaiian pizza flavour ice cream last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Ergo, it goes well with ketchup.
chocolate digestive biscuits with ketchup. They thought they were picking on me. What I discovered, because I thought they were picking on me too, I discovered it wasn't unpleasant.
Fair enough. I retract my earlier statement, but I still think what I'm going to be famous for will be funnier. Or at least allow you to mock me greatly. Either or. Bearing in
I'm
mind
going
I
to
get
go
to
with mud
vote.
for the ketchup question.
No, it says food.
Oh,
Mud
wow.
isn't food.
Wait, food
my
with ketchup?
word.
One know about.
I just realised how long my nails
If
really
you've
are.
started doing a
famous for?
Star Trek thing,
It's just comfortable.
Yeah.
For me. I did
Yeah.
it before I knew about Star Trek. It's just comfortable. Because my fingers are weird.
Is Jason espousing that he has an answer? I can't do that.
Yes.
I can do it if I like wrench my fingers sideways, but only.
I mean,
can't
I can even do this. That's just normal for me.
okay, what is Andrew most likely to become famous for?
I already have an answer, by the way.
Jason can go ahead with Jason's answer.
Crap. Of course I had an answer.
Being unmemorable.
Oh yeah. The most chinchillas.
The most chinchillas.
Because eventually,
Okay.
it's what happens after a lockdown.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
I've started a trend. I like it.
I'm going to go for that.
So you're going to call some people now?
Oh, I didn't. Anyone who's got
You
one,
can
just
nominate
go
who
ahead
you
when
want.
you've got one that's funny.
Yeah. Okay. So, successfully cleaning a Mexican restaurant out of guacamole.
Okay.
Hmm.
Patient zero of the zombie outbreak.
Okay.
Be famous, all right.
I'm so glad you said zombie.
Alex Noble's phone. He'd like words. Okay. James or Bez?
I'm still thinking.
I'm still thinking. I'm trying to think myself.
I mean, I struggle with this one. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say, game design or anything like that. That'd be too sensible. I'm going to say being such a lovely, all-round, nice person.
Oh, that's
Aw.
good thinking there.
Pandering.
Pandering, yeah.
There we are. You can't
Ben-
not vote for that.
We can.
I'm doing
Yes, he can.
Okay, I'm going to say that you would be possibly one day you will be famous for accomplishing your life goal of fixing every road sign.
Okay. Yep. Okay. And I'm going to say the thing I'm going to be single most famous for is that Bez published my name on the front of the original Wibble box.
Oh.
And continues to give me far too much credit for alphabetical.
I mean, I think you're giving yourself too little credit there, but
It's probably been seen by a lot more people than ever read my thesis, let's say that much.
Wow. That's pretty hard.
how shall we have a recap from Tom going round to Chris?
Yes, let's do the loop.
Zombie, number 1.
Being such a lovely guy.
Fixing every road sign in the country.
Okay.
Having the most chinchillas.
Having the most chinchillas.
And successfully eating a Mexican restaurant out of guacamole. And don't ask me where I came up with that.
I don't want to know
And,
what's in your head.
Being credited on the front of the original edition of Whipple.
Yours doesn't
You're
count.
not allowed to do. You're not allowed to.
Well, you can say one, but you're not part of it.
You can say what you want, but you are not part of it.
Yeah.
You can't vote
Cough,
for
cough. Pandering.
So, is it Tom or is it James? Is it Bez or is it Jason? Is it Chris?
Probably not.
Well, now we find out as we vote. I voted for Chris.
That's what you got.
Jason, James,
I go
Bez,
to a Bez.
and Bez.
Yeah.
Who was
And the
it?
correct answer is, in fact, Bez.
Ah,
Yay!
Wow.
I should
all
have had
right.
more faith in myself.
I'd also just take this time to apologise to the viewers for my atrocious nails. I am growing them for a score I'm writing for my PhD, and I'm measuring them either when they break or when after the lockdown, whichever happens first. So far, 2 out of 10 have broken before the lockdown.
wow.
Just to double check, who voted for me? Jason and Jason
Me.
and James.
Jay.
Well, I said you had the right answer. I don't think that counts as a vote, that thing.
No,
You do
you
get
but you win 2 points.
Okay.
Because-
Okay.
What
As
do
the
points
judge-
mean?
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
I was contemplating, but I don't think I've won a game yet. I think all the time we've been doing this, because I don't think I've yet won a single game of anything.
Okay.
I think it's taken me. Well, it took me 3-4 years to win a game against Bez, so you're in good company.
Me.
I mean, I'm well over that.
Tom, you can ask what would be the worst possible pizza topping, or you could ask who's the most memorable book character. Are you happy with those?
I'll go, what would be the worst possible pizza topping? Because we do seem to talk a lot about food on this. I don't know quite why.
Food is good.
Well, it's
Food
easy to
is
have an
something
opinion on
that
it.
it kind of taps into that essential human state of being, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's also very easy to have an opinion on it, and if you can kind of tap into the judge's opinion on things, then you're going to be, ahead of the game.
I've got one.
So what was the question? I
What would be the worst possible pizza topping?
worst possible pizza topping. I got pizza topping. I missed the adjective.
So calling people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Jason.
Kiwi.
Oh,
Okay.
mad lad.
And Bez.
Cyanide.
I've got a
Yeah,
word
I've had
with
apple
keyword.
on pizza before. It's quite nice.
I mean, you can't really beat that, can you? I wouldn't want that in your pizza.
Okay, Chris.
Pieces of a rubber tire.
What is going on in your mind, Chris?
I know, right?
What are you okay? Is this your cry for help for the bit of the lockdown?
No, I'm fine.
Andrew or James, shout out if you got one.
Zucchini bread, kiwi, and plutonium.
Covering all the bases.
I'll just point out it was a singular question, not a plural question.
Well,
Pizza toppings can be pluralized.
So say, what would be the worst possible pizza topping?
As in one.
Singular, not plural.
Okay, well,
You can't have kiwi.
kind of kiwi. Dang, plutonium then has to be clearly. I think cyanide has it picked, but you know.
Oh wow, that was awful.
And James, do you have an answer?
Yeah, a dead cat.
Well, I'm guessing it's not Schrodinger's.
Only after you open
Well, we
the
don't
box.
know. I guess we won't know, will we?
I wouldn't want that.
However,
on my pizza.
however, the cat in question has been seen many times.
Well, that cat's alive. We're just thinking some other cat, perhaps.
It is until the end of the stream if it keeps up its current behavior.
Okay.
Right. Recap?
Oh, which one do I go for here? Should we have a summary?
No.
Oh yes.
So Bez,
Cyanide.
Jason,
That was kiwi.
Chris,
Rubber tire.
Andrew,
Plutonium under protest.
and James was a dead cat.
A dead cat.
Not you, Liam.
I have my answer
Okay.
here.
All right.
I'd venture a dead cat's
Andrew.
too large to be a pizza topping.
Hmm.
It has to be diced dead cat, you know.
I think it's just like any other meat, really, then, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Meat pizza, yeah.
What's up, Andrew?
I vote for
Voting.
James.
1,
Oh,
2,
I
yeah.
need to vote. Yeah.
Yeah.
I vote for myself.
Now,
I'm
I
paying
did
attention.
very nearly go for kiwi.
No, you can't show yet. Andrew's not
Oh.
shown anything.
Yeah, it's okay.
I already know. I've gone.
What did you vote for? Oh, dead cat.
Oh, sorry, James. Yeah. Disassociation.
So Jason is the only person who didn't vote for James.
Yeah,
Oh,
dead
no.
cat has taken it by a.
So what we're saying is, if I wasn't confident in myself, I would have won.
Yeah, you needed less self-confidence.
James.
It was close. I mean, kiwi.
The kiwi got a giggle. But
I like
My-
a bit of continuity, you know.
my
That's your
feeling
first
is that
point,
being funny so far hasn't carried this. It's
No.
the truer answer is closer.
Serious
Yeah.
business.
Serious business. This is serious business.
Okay. James, it's your turn to pick the question. And the choices include, what would be the weirdest fear to have? Or what organization would we be better off without?
I think what about fear, please, Biz?
What would be the weirdest fear to have?
Go on.
Does it have to be a real one? Actually, almost all of them are.
Well, anything you want to make up, when you take it.
Have one.
Jason's right in there.
Jason's keen.
As someone who's been diagnosed with an actual phobia, so. But it's not this one, actually, ironically.
So James, it's down to you to call on people.
Yeah, Jason, please.
Phobia, the fear of phobias.
Fear of phobias.
Or the fear of fear.
And
depending
Tom,
how you-
please.
Very similar. Aphobophobia, the fear of not being afraid.
Oh!
Fear of
Oh.
not being.
That one would actually be dangerous.
That's a little cyclical,
Chris,
actually.
next, please.
Okay, I just looked this up, and it is a real thing. It's called nomophobia. It is the fear of not having a mobile phone or mobile phone access.
Yep.
So, like fear of not connecting to the internet or something like that.
That's
Let's
definitely
don't
real.
say that.
Okay. Andrew, next, please. You ready?
Yep. Fear of dice.
That puts my life down.
That's
Yeah.
going to make life difficult if you're trying to play games, isn't it?
Well, that would be
and
why it would be
Bez,
weird for you to have it.
I mean, there's card
Mm.
games.
There are.
please.
Use a spinner.
Okay, and Bez, please.
That would be worth it just to
So-
wind up every other game in existence. I'm sorry, I have a phobia of dice. All of these games will now be played with these custom spinners.
Is it a phobia of 6-sided dice or any dice?
Dice generally, I think. Yeah.
So even
Perhaps you're
dice
more afraid of them the bigger they get. Perhaps a
Even dice
D100 would be terrifying.
dice chicken.
20-sided dice?
Yeah.
Oh,
Perhaps
no,
you should, I mean, we all know that the D4 is in fact the most evil dice in existence. So perhaps it's the other way. Perhaps the less sides on the dice, the more afraid of it you get. You know, when you get down to the little.
Sorry, Bez.
I
I've
lost
looked it
a
up.
black D4 on a black carpet once, and I have never freaked out so much.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
And then you found it at
And
3
there's-
a.m. the
Sorry.
following Saturday
Okay.
morning.
So I'm sorry.
I'm going to
Bez.
say the weirdest fear is pipophobia. This is a real thing. It's the fear of the letter P.
Ooh. Can you say that fear of dice is the real thing? I've looked that up. It's Zaryphobia.
Sorry,
But you
phobia.
can't go to Blockbusters and say, "Can I have a P, please?" Because you'd be scared of asking for that.
Hmm. And if we were to play any of my words games, we'd have to, pre-sort the deck to get rid of a couple of cards for you.
So we could never have a P ever again.
No.
Hmm.
Oh.
No,
So
you
it's
can't
just-
ask for anything, please. And you can't play. You can't postulate. You can't go to
All
the
right,
pantomime.
wordsmith.
You can't pluralize. That'd be a killer in a lot of word games.
Hmm.
You can't have Peter Pecker picking his peckers pickled whatever it is.
Peppers.
Or
Neither
any
can you
poets.
anyway, so.
but most importantly, you wouldn't be able to have flamboyant potatoes.
Oh.
I'm not sure that would be the thing that would scare me most. Unless a chip is defined as a flamboyant potato. But I
So
think
shall we
pineapple-
go once around? So mine is pipophobia, fear of letter P.
And
My,
Jason,
mine,
please.
mine is phobosphobia, the fear of phobias or fear of fear.
Nomophobia, the fear of no mobile phone or internet access.
Zaryphobia, a fear of dice.
Aphobophobia, the fear of not being afraid.
Okay. I've chosen mine now. I think.
Wow. I don't know which one.
Oh.
Hasn't
I
gone
know.
well
I'm
for
not going
me
to give
this
it away.
game.
It's not easy for you.
Hasn't gone well for me this game.
Aww.
I think my fundamental failure to understand how the scoring works for the first 2 rounds may have been to my detriment.
I'm doing it.
You
Doing
want
it.
people to vote for you. You want to have the correct. Ready, Tom.
So what's the reveal then? Can we reveal our answers?
Have you locked in what your choice is, James?
I've got my answer. Yes.
Okay, Tom, Andrew, are you ready to reveal?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. I think it's Tom.
Okay.
Who
And
is
my
it?
answer is Andrew's dice.
Hey,
Hey!
all right.
So
scary.
Andrew and Chris voted for Andrew. So
It'll
Andrew
be
gets a
absurd
point
to have a
for-
board game geek who doesn't like dice.
Like dice.
Andrew gets a point for voting himself. Chris gets a second point for
I've
voting for Andrew.
I've just found
And
Very
Yeah,
nearly
we-
voted for you, Tom. Very nearly voted for you.
there's a wiki for phobias, like
Yes, it's
catastrophophobia, fear
Do
of
you know
falling into the sky.
Do you know that's how I discovered I had a tichophobia? It was via an episode of QI that I went onto Wikipedia to look at list of phobias, and I went, "Oh, hang on, that sounds like me." So I was
sneaked in a
diagnosed. Then
second.
about
I have no clue how.
okay,
a few months later, I was diagnosed with a tichophobia, which is the fear of failure. That's great. Where's a PhD student?
Hippopotamonstrous sesquipedalia phobia.
Isn't
I've
there
got
a
a
phobia
phobia
of long
about.
words?
I had a
Which is a long
phobia about
word.
my ex, but I'm not sure whether that's a phobia or just what
It's
happens.
supposed to be an irrational fear.
yeah, it's probably rational if it's grounded in some reality. For my question, I would like to ask everyone, where's the best place to take off your pants?
Are we talking British or American pants?
Come on.
Do you mean
Where are
trousers
we?
or underpants?
Well, we're all across the world. That's why I'm asking.
Yes.
Well, 5 out of 6 of
5
us
out of
are in
6.
UK.
Okay, that said, that is the American version of pants. So
I mean,
trousers.
The
That's why we
intent
have it.
was to say trousers.
Okay.
Let's go with where's the best place to take off your trousers.
Okay.
Oh no, make it pants.
Oh.
Different answers there.
Okay. All right. I
Damage
got
the
one.
internet.
I don't like that
Are we going
question
with
as
pants or
much.
trousers?
Okay, as long as we can do this without going into 18 category, if you're not saying keep it, can you keep it PG-13, James?
Oh, come on, Bill.
Okay,
Request
pants.
pants.
It's as written. Where's the best place to take off your pants? Jason.
And a nudist camp, of course.
Good answer. I like it. Andrew, did you have
Actually-
something?
Yep. During any stream in lockdown.
Oh, okay. Are you wearing pants?
Well, they're Schrodinger's pants.
Give them back to him.
Chris.
At the beach.
Oh yeah, because you might be about to put on a
Valid.
swimming costume. Is that what you're thinking?
Oh, yeah. Well, what I'm thinking is it's kind of along the lines of what I think Jason said. Just at the nudist sort of beach. But there are other times where you might be at the beach, and it's a nice, pleasant feeling. Lots of sun around. Let's move on here.
Okay. Tom.
In absolute privacy, when you've made sure that absolutely nobody can see you.
Got issues.
Wait, are things okay between you and Polly?
or is it just that you always turn the lights off? I mean,
Oh no, that's teasing. Stop it. Oh.
Sorry, Tom.
Let's save electricity these days.
I mean, to be fair, he opened himself up to it with that answer. That's the sort of answer you shouldn't give if you don't want cross-examination.
James, where is the best place to take off your pants?
On a stage in front of a crowd of millions of people.
Wow.
Ooh.
Exhibitionist.
Of mine then.
Wow.
We go from one extreme to the other, from Tom to James.
Okay, let's go. Jason.
And a nudist camp, of course.
Is the best place to take off your pants, apparently. Chris.
At the beach.
Just generally at the beach
Just
is the
get away.
best place to
Yeah,
take
just
off
at
your
a
pants.
beach. Yeah, sure.
Let's just get away.
Andrew.
During any stream during lockdown.
Okay. Tom.
In absolute privacy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
James.
hard.
Live on stage to a global audience. Televised. Why not?
Okay.
And live. Millions of
Just
people.
Now got HD coverage.
HD coverage, you will need that for sure, yeah.
You know,
Okay,
now
I have
now you've got me
locked in my
thinking of like a
answer.
remake. You've got me thinking of like a remake of the Full Monty now or something with the crowd of characters here.
A webcam version of the full Monty.
So what was the answers again? So I missed the answers. I'm going to go for...
So I said
we had
and a
nudist camp
beach.
for Jason, and
Nudist camp,
beach
yeah.
for Chris, on a live stream with Andrew, privacy with Tom, and in front of many people for you.
Oh, a great many people. Right, okay, cool. Okay, I've got that.
I've got my answer.
Me too.
Everyone ready to vote? A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3, and get up. Okay. Well,
Andrew.
my feeling was that the best
Oh,
answer
dang.
was Andrew,
Nice.
which means that Jason and Tom get a point. That's your second point, Jason.
I should have backed myself again.
For voting for Andrew. And Andrew gets a point for being my favourite to answer.
Hooray.
And as the judge, I get 2 points because the judge gets the same maximum number of points as everyone else gets the same maximum number of points because at least that many people voted for the person I picked.
Huh.
And just so you know, James is still in the lead, and then Andrew and I are joint second. So coming up to the end, Jason, what is our answer going to be? What's the most frivolous reason to celebrate, or what was the most important invention of the past 100 years?
Oh, I'm probably going to go with what's the most frivolous reason to celebrate?
What does frivolous mean? Sorry.
Meaningless.
Meaningless.
Inconsequential. Silly. Unjustified.
So Bez, I think you were first.
Because it's 1 o'clock.
Oh no, that's a very good reason. That means it's at least halfway through the day.
AM or PM though?
Either.
Doesn't matter.
Chris, you were next.
I took off my pants.
And we have a
Well,
callback.
no one wants to celebrate.
Look, just casting here because we need at least one callback. Okay, so not wearing pants or taking off.
So we've had 2 callbacks this session.
Excellent.
And the bottom 3? By that I mean your literal placement on the screen of all of my opinions.
I mean,
It's almost like we're stroking their heads. There, James.
Actually,
James, if you kind of raise your head by a little bit, raise your head until your head. No, actually, lift your body.
yeah,
Okay, now I can. Now I'm patting.
and Andrew, tell me,
I've been completely distracted.
If you go like that, you can do the squeaky thing, can't you?
wow, this stream has gone somewhere else.
Sorry, the bottom 3 people.
Yes, were you going to say something?
Because the bread has not yet gone off.
Apparently the most frivolous thing to celebrate, according to Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bread's not gone off yet.
Bread party.
One day when I get out of lockdown, I want to have a bread party. True fact. I've been planning this for years, where everyone brings along a bit of their favourite bread, and you kind of have a tiny bit of a slice just to compare breads.
So like a bread buffet or something, or a bread potluck, a bread luck?
I mean, tomorrow
exactly.
for my birthday picnic, I've asked for an egg feast because we've got a lot of eggs for our chickens. So I've got like deviled eggs, egg mayo sandwiches, homemade Scotch eggs. I love eggs.
Homemade Scotch eggs are so good.
So all those people out there who haven't got eggs, I'm going to feel a little bit rich tomorrow.
Because you still have 1 t-shirt left before you have to do laundry.
Yes.
I'll explain later why that's a weird one.
And James?
Well, I've got a couple, but I'm not sure which one to go with. No. One of them is the launch of the Daily Mail online. Because nobody wants to celebrate that.
Well, they've got to pick one of them.
So
And
that's
you can tell
frivolous.
us
The other one is
afterwards.
catching gonorrhea. So I'm probably going to go with
I prefer the latter over the former. That's for sure.
I'm probably going to go with the launch of the Daily Mail online.
Of course, you picked the one.
Okay, so a quick recap.
Let's go from Chris round to Bez.
Right. Taking off your pants.
Andrew?
It's the most frivolous reason to celebrate.
Well,
Still
frivolous
having
reason
one
to-
t-shirt. One T-shirt left before laundry day.
Tom,
Bread party.
let me have James.
The launch of the Daily Mail online.
And then Bez.
It's 1 o'clock. Woo!
Imagine if you took your pants off at 1 o'clock and still had bread. I mean, what a party!
And a
that-
T-shirt.
Yeah,
Oh
and a
my
t-shirt.
god.
Yeah,
You could sit down and read the Daily Mail online.
yeah.
I mean, I've locked in my vote.
Okay, I'm going to write down my.
Oh, hang on, I might change it.
I mean, I've already written down stuff, so.
Too late.
Okay,
Okay, which of these shall I have?
middle.
one.
Middle one. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Bam.
I believe in myself.
Right.
I believe in
Same
me.
here.
Okay, so I would never vote for that one, James, because it's not just frivolous; it's pointless.
Oh.
It's just. I would say, Andrew. So Chris, that is absolutely a reason to celebrate. So it's not frivolous. I know we're not used to it in these last
And that
few.
could be a bonus. Yes.
We're not used to it in these last few months of lockdown, but after a long hard day at work, when you come home, when you just take off your pants, it's beautifully beautiful. So I actually went for Bez.
Yay!
Nice.
Split the
I was
tie.
justified to have belief in myself.
But then you get 2 parties every day,
Mm.
unless your clock's broken.
Or you're in a 24
In
hour.
which case, you have 24-hour party. Potentially, depending on when it was broken at.
Exactly.
Probably broken when you had the party.
So, Chris, what's the
Yes.
cheesiest pickup line ever, or what's the most pressing issue the world will face in the next 50 years?
Oh, boy. The
What's one of the other
cheesiest pickup line. Cheesiest pickup line ever.
Oh, I don't know this one.
Which is
I
going to
never-
be
I never
interesting
covered
because
it.
first, A, I'm married. Second of all, I haven't used a pickup line in good God, a
God
very long
knows how
time.
long. Yeah.
Forever.
I mean, I'd like to say I never needed them once upon a time, but
Mhm.
I can't say that with a straight face. Anyways, Jason, please.
Damn, you're beautiful.
All right, Bez.
That's a terrible pun. That is a
Yeah,
terrible,
I know.
terrible
It's like
pun.
you've fallen out of heaven because you're so beautiful, like an angel.
Aww.
Uh,
I'm speechless. James, Tom, Andrew.
Working on it.
Why is it always
Yes,
one
yes, I
out of
just got
three?
Jason. Yeah.
Andrew, you're not allowed to Google this answer. Don't Google this.
I'm married.
If I
I've been
said you
married
had a
for,
beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
actually, I've only been married for 2.5 years, but I've been with the same woman for 18. So again,
wow.
we're reaching back into history.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever said a
Um,
pickup line in my life. That's
No.
I didn't need a pickup line for my husband.
Oh.
Just meet through his ex.
Okay.
Right. What is this thing?
In order to do need pickup lines, you need to have a social life. I don't have much of that, so
Oh, hang on. Here's a good one. I've actually just come up with this one.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
So that I don't need a pickup line, could you just put down your number?
That is pretty cheesy.
that's cringy.
That is pretty cheesy.
Yep. I'm never going to use it, so there you
Very
go.
thankful you're married, by the way, because that pickup line would not work for you. Tom, James.
My sense of humor is far more self-deprecating.
We've noticed.
as opposed to self-defecating as I slipped up in front of my step-grandmother-in-law.
Whoa. Hi, rabbit hole? Yes, 6 guys. There's 6 people here. Tom, James.
I think I'm going to stay out of this one. I can't think of anything.
just dumb silence.
Yeah, I just sort of, just silence, just staring. I think. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll just go with the easy one of get your coat, love you, pulled.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get your coat, love you.
You've
You're
pulled.
pulled.
Yeah, it's an Englishism.
You're pulled.
Britishism.
This
Okay.
is terrible. This is
Yeah.
terrible. I don't know any good ones.
What you said the one about the body already.
Yeah, that one already, but that's even worse. I mean, they're both terrible. I don't know. Good ones.
Seems worse.
Tedious.
Right. Okay. So let's go around from Andrew. Let's go clockwise. Andrew.
Oh, we'll do the body one then.
If you want to avoid a pickup line, please put down your number.
All right. Tom had nothing.
Tell them abstain.
James. James.
Is James frozen?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
The body
I
one.
said you had to
apparently.
give a body with the hold it against me.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Love that one.
Okay, Bez.
Are you okay? You look like you've fallen out of heaven because you're as beautiful as an
Mhm.
angel.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have a point for
That is very,
originality?
that is very cheesy. And Jason.
And I couldn't avoid it. My brain went straight there. Damn, you're beautiful.
Oh. Also very cheesy. Okay, great. I have an answer locked in. Andrew, are you ready?
Mhm.
Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Everyone except for
3,
Chris shows.
2, 1.
Got faith in me.
Bez, Andrew, Jason, Bez. Can't read that, Andrew.
Andrew.
Andrew also.
Sorry, I need
Okay,
to get a
great.
bigger pen out for this. The new webcam is great for big, but actually its focus is
Yeah.
awful.
Well, it's just thick. It's just the thickness really matters here. Anyways, my answer was James.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Ooh.
Ow.
No, wonderful. Was cheesy.
Was
Well
cheesy,
done.
but there's no originality.
I'm
you
very-
know,
If it
Well,
wasn't for the
voted
question
for-
Did not
Cheesy.
ask for originality. You just asked for
it
cheese.
didn't. It
Jason,
didn't.
did you
This is
vote for
true.
James?
No, I didn't. I voted for Andrew.
Tom? No, no one voted for James. Okay.
I voted for
I mean,
Jason.
Aw.
I didn't
if
even
it wasn't-
vote for me.
if it wasn't for the fact that
Okay.
I wanted to go for the really cheesy pun, I probably would have said if I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put I and you together.
Together. Yeah, that was pretty
Aw.
awful.
Oh, that's sweet.
Andrew.
But it doesn't work if the person you're talking to is dyslexic.
Ooh.
I mean, then you're just talking about positions. I can put I and you together in many different ways. What have we got?
What's my biggest guilty pleasure? What would be the most inappropriate thing to have on your desk? Or something else?
PG-13, of course. Both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good question. What's
Underrated movie or classic?
it's got to be the one about the desk because it's just
What's the
generic
most
and not about me.
inappropriate thing to have on your desk?
On Andrew's
You're
desk.
asking me this question, yeah? You
It's
sure you
just
want
on
to do
your desk. It's not my desk. It's just your desk.
Wait, we
Oh,
asking for
dear.
your desk? Is it yours, Andrew's desk, or
No.
No, our desk.
our desk? Oh dear.
If it's
I
on
mean-
my desk, I mean, I don't want to know. Sorry, I don't want to say.
Okay, I've naturally, I was almost tempted for a moment to say a clean space because it wouldn't be inappropriate. It would just be very unusual.
For
Unlikely.
creatives, that is very inappropriate. In fact, I would be concerned that you weren't being truly creative if you had a tidy bedroom or a tidy desk. I'd be very
That is
concerned.
stigmatizing and stereotyping, and you know it.
Yes, but I also
But
know
it's said
that
in
my
jest
desk.
and understood in jest.
I'm going to proudly show my desk. It is messy.
I'm not even going to pick my webcam up, but the desk
Bez,
is the
what am I
one
allowed
clear
to say on this one?
PG-13. PG-13. I don't know. What would be inappropriate to put on your desk?
All
Okay,
the naked people.
I am going to show my desk. That's my desk. And I'm going to say a clean space.
Okay.
I'm going to say a dirty magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Everyone else?
I think I see loads of logical reasons and non-inappropriate ways, not inappropriate things. That's the problem. That's the trouble being in the experimental arts. Everything goes.
All the naked people have become far more justifiable.
A small shrine dedicated to Sir Jimmy Savile.
oh, I like that. No, I
That's
don't
a
like that. But I
terrible
think it's
one.
funny.
Oh, wow.
Was Jimmy Savile actually knighted?
He was.
Oh dear.
And then debarred, one really hopes.
I don't think he's a Sir anymore. Well, he's dead, but I think they
Defrocked.
unknighted his, they
Whatever
took
the-
his corpse, unknighted it, and then buried it again. I think that's how it works.
Yeah. That's a good shout.
Had to bring the Queen along for a ceremony with a sword and everything.
Jason?
Just for the sake of having an answer, it's less inappropriate, more cruel. The last page, the last Game of Thrones book, Song of Ice and Fire book.
Which doesn't exist, but yes, granted. James?
A signed copy of Mein Kampf.
Oh, signed copy. Wouldn't it be inappropriate if it wasn't signed, you know?
Historically.
That was just a bit more
History,
inappropriate.
yeah.
Yeah.
History, yeah.
To
history.
James, much love, Adolf.
Oof.
What do you mean
Okay.
demonetized? What?
Do we need a summary?
Yes, we can go for a summary.
Tom to Chris.
Okay. Savile Shrine.
James.
The autographed copy of Mein Kampf.
A clean space.
The last page, the last final book of the Song of Ice and Fire series, which, as Andrew pointed out, doesn't exist. But so what
And
does
a
that
dirty
mean?
magazine.
Do these others exist then?
They could. Whereas the last page of the last book of the Song of Fire and Ice never will.
Either that.
And of course, a dirty magazine. All right. I think there's a correct answer here.
Voted. Oh, actually, I think no.
No, I don't know.
I think this is the
I
most
voted.
inappropriate thing.
Yeah. Are we all good? Tom's been scribbling. Tom's having a moment of doubt.
Yes, I am having a moment of doubt.
Have I been inappropriate enough?
Tom, I think Tom's was the most inappropriate.
Oh,
It is by far and away Tom's. Yeah.
Dang it.
I did give brief consideration to the autographed copy, but possession of a historic artifact is different to actually raising a shrine after the fact.
I mean, they
Yeah.
could have serious
That individual.
academic reasons for that.
yeah.
Yes.
I quite like
So
that.
Chris was the only person who didn't vote for Tom, meaning that you've got 2 points.
I mean,
I get many
Playing the
points for
lowest
picking the
number,
common
right?
one.
You're winning the game of having the fewest points.
Yay.
Tom,
Yes.
where would be the worst place to live, or which historical figure would be the most interesting to have dinner with?
Ooh, I think the dinner. So, historical figure for dinner.
Which historical figure would be the most interesting to have dinner with?
Oh crap! Now I got to remember you guys are Brits and have totally different senses of history than Americans do.
You mean we have
right.
history?
We know history.
That's what you mean. Is you have a short
Well,
you
see,
have
there
a
was
page little pamphlet, and we have history.
We just kind of bulldozed. There was a history in the U.S. We just kind of bulldozed it and conquered it and then killed them. That's it.
But that's kind of what the Brits do as well. We just have to do it for longer.
Write it down first.
Yeah, I was going to say let's review the history. Okay, I've got an answer. Yeah.
Okay, Jason.
Throwback Gandhi.
Ooh. I mean, it'd have to be a vegetarian dinner, but you know.
Well,
Little veggie meals.
I would go vegetarian to have a dinner with Candy.
Yeah, okay. Just for the day.
Heck, I'd go vegan.
Oh, wow.
Chris.
Jesus Christ.
Dang. Okay, quick reading required.
Did you mean Jesus Christ? You got mine, Jesus Christ.
Sorry, not sorry.
Come on, Beth.
I think it would be William Shakespeare, also known as Billy the Kid to absolutely no one.
Cheers, Mom.
Yeah, hey Billy.
Or Billy
Billy
Wiglarrow. I mean, I wouldn't want William Shakespeare for dinner. I
Come
know
on.
too many creatives. I don't want. There's a certain level of crude I can take.
I mean, I do like the answer so far, but let's see who Andrew or James think would be the most interesting to have dinner with.
Julius Caesar.
I'm glad you specified Julius instead of just Caesar.
Caesar.
Oh,
Caesar would be a title, not a person.
Exactly.
only became entitled after him, of course.
Indeed.
Personally, I think all Caesars were entitled.
But,
Catch all the puns today.
I am proud of that one.
oh, you damn them all.
Oh, you pot.
I think
8 head.
I think because it's for dinner, I would have Rick Stein because I know I'd be guaranteed a good meal.
Historical figure.
You want him to be your
Well, he's
guest
quite
and
old, isn't he?
cater.
He's got on a bit now.
Come on, can you come over, mate? But bring the food, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, smash and grab. Smash and grab as you bring food.
So a quick whip around. Remember what we said. So James.
Rick Stein.
Shoot. Shakespeare.
Yes.
Gandhi.
Jesus Christ.
The only other JC I could think of.
John Cleese.
Julius Caesar.
Okay.
True story. I went to school with a person called Jonathan Cocaine.
Nice.
Slightly unfortunate name there.
What career path did he go into?
I am not sure. First touch.
On the mean streets of Glasgow. Yeah.
His career path right now, I believe, is 6 to 12 at a minimum security prison.
Cocaine, that's class A.
For a guy, all we know is he's called Johnny Cocaine, but we don't know his real name.
Was he top of the class?
Was very good
He
at
was
mathematics.
He was definitely very.
At least he was good at chemistry.
He was high on the list.
I just want to apologise on behalf of all of us to the cocaine.
Yeah, if Johnny Cocaine is watching.
And has kept that name for this long.
That's the real name.
Yeah,
Jonathan
It doesn't mean you have to keep it.
Yeah.
Was it
Saying
so
that,
Okay,
I thought someone was.
1.
Oh, yeah. Actual game, yes. Okay. I did go for Jason.
Yay!
Oi.
myself. Yeah.
Nope.
So only Jason and I voted for Jason.
Yes.
I think
I mean, on the
I think
thing,
Jesus would be fairly boring.
I mean,
And
on the theme of names, and I have apologised to this person. I used to be picked on quite a lot as a kid. So when someone told me that their name was Hugh Mungo Cox, I generally thought they were taking the mick out of me for the longest time. And then I realised after
Mungo.
college that was the actual name, and they're now very proud of it. But I apologise profusely. I messaged them going, I'm so sorry. I really thought it was.
I wonder what career they went into.
James.
To be fair,
Actor.
bonus
No, an
points.
actor.
Bonus points if they are trolling you with the longest, most committed play ever.
I would. Do you know what? I'd be so proud if they were.
Mungo.
Yeah.
So
James,
Hugh Mungo
Where are
Cox.
they now? Where
is
are they
a
now?
really nice thing. You can choose what makes people happy or what would make next weekend more exciting.
Ooh.
Or any
Who's
of
the
these
question for?
questions. For you, you've got to choose a question. You're the final judge.
Oh, sorry. What was the question again?
What makes people
makes people-
happy or what would make next weekend more exciting? Which one do you want to pick?
Oh, what makes next weekend more exciting?
What would make next weekend more exciting? That is the question we have to tell James.
And Tom, please.
Revolution.
The revolution. Okay. And Bez, please.
I mean, I haven't got anything on, so might as well.
If a vaccine were discovered tomorrow.
That's just. I thought that's pandering.
Still
That's
a
pandering.
Vaccine. Okay.
No,
Next
because
month.
think about it. It's
Next
not
season.
just about the vaccine. It's also about the fact that all the stuff that would come straight after. Because
True.
right now we're all expecting to stay in here, but then as soon as we've got the vaccine, it's like, oh my God, we've got the vaccine, and it's all going to kick off. People are going to be congregating. There's going to be mad parties.
Not to laugh at
I
them.
love
I'll
the
tell you why-
optimism that you think they'll be able to engineer it and produce enough by Friday.
Okay.
next weekend, not next season.
Jason, please.
A random snowfall.
Cat.
Oh,
No.
wow.
That'd be interesting.
So
right?
we
That's
can
quite
all go out in
exciting. It's very
Because you can
interesting.
stay 2 meters apart and in your own back gardens if you have gardens, or even from the roof. You can throw snowballs at people, cross houses, and have a mass house snowball fight. That's neighborhood snowball fight. It'd be awesome.
Okay. Chris, please.
A 99% off sale at your local mall.
That not during a lockdown. I cannot. You know what?
I think it worked during a lockdown, though. I'd be going.
I'd be interested to see if lockdown continues until Black Friday in America, and what happens on Black Friday on a lockdown situation.
Look, if there's one place
Okay.
I don't want to be right now, it's the U.S. I especially don't want to be there during a Black Friday.
Can we get
Oh, go
Andrew
on.
next, please? Are you ready?
No. It's PG-13.
Come on, Andrew. You can do it.
A large meteorite.
A large meteorite. Okay, so
Certainly be interesting and exciting. I'm
It
surprised
would.
no one's gone for the obvious answer.
what's the obvious?
Surprised
There's
no
an
one's gone for the
obvious answer.
Wait till
The
Tom
obvious
says.
answer is a games by Bears night, but no one chose
Oh,
that.
yeah.
We're already having that next weekend.
Sorry.
No, not on the weekend. Sorry,
Oh,
I'm-
did the vote not
enjoying
carry?
thoughts,
Oh, I'm sorry.
peering over the cat. So, in the case of a recap, my answer was a vaccine being discovered and manufactured on Friday.
I said snow, random snow, so we can have a neighborhood snowball fight.
99% off sale at the mall.
Andrew,
Let's go to the
I'm just trying
mall.
to mimic a cat. I'm just trying to see if I can track Tom's cat accurately.
I mean, it's very thematic. I personally think that the cat
A
should be
large
here earlier.
meteorite.
and Tom.
Oh, I can't even remember what I said. Oh, Revolution, yes.
Determined revolutionaries, these ones. What are we going to do next weekend? Revolution. Or Cake.
I mean, revolutions are easily forgotten, right?
we don't want to
So
get
cake.
too
I think I've
political,
chosen my
but
answer. I've chosen my answer.
I was talking to the neighbour when we did our clap, and there were only 4 of us doing it on the street today, and the person
Oh.
from across the road didn't do it. But Self and Alan were saying, yeah, we need to do all we can to get this government out.
Okay, so everyone review
Would
your
you like
answer.
all 4.5 years? Will be the answer. I think you're going to get on that one. But
Yeah.
Tom,
Mixed bag, isn't it? We've got an Andrew, a Tom. We've got.
Another
Can't read
Tom.
your one, Bez.
3 Toms.
Another Tom, and another Tom. Lots of Toms.
what's
Revolution
the true
apparently is the
answer?
likelihood
I've
that
chosen Bez
No.
Hey.
because I think a vaccine would be the best thing happening. I mean, a revolution would be fun, but people might die and stuff. Can't be having
But
that.
it's difference between good exciting and bad exciting. Sorry, Tom, did you vote for me?
I did.
Okay, so Tom gets a point, I get a point, James gets a point, which
That's it.
means that it's a tie. And so in the final analysis, James and I are tied on points, and Tom second, Andrew's third, Jason's
I wasn't the worst.
there. That's the
I
score.
win!
Well done.
I wasn't the worst.
What's the tiebreaker question?
Nah, I think it's this kind of game we can be happy to be on a
Oh,
par.
okay, cool. Yes, I
We
am.
can have a friendly tie. A friendly tie.
Aw.
Because, I mean, after all, there is a lot of fur in front of Tom. So it is quite appropriate.
This is
What is
Liam.
Tom's cat's name?
Liam.
Liam.
Named after Liam Gallagher.
Oh,
That
Liam Catticut.
foul-mouthed and
The
didn't help pleasant to be around.
A bit fighty.
Bit fighting.
I mean, Liam's. I like human names for animals, but I do like strange names. So we've got in our house we've got Kevin. Previously we've had Susan and Shannon, and then Splinter, named after the rat from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And we've also got a kitten that's now a full-grown cat, but still very kitten-like, called Woof.
Of course.
oh,
Kitten called Woof.
Well, a cat, just it's a tortoise shell, so she's very, very hyperactive.
All right.
What
well,
happens to the good old-fashioned names for cats, like Fluffles or things
or
like
Sir
that?
Meowington.
Sir Meowington? Yeah.
My grandparents said if they get another cat, they're probably going to call it Kay-Fur because Granny says because she's dyslexic, so it's K for cat.
Of course.
Which makes sense.
Okay.
So K for cat, Woof, Shannon, Kevin. Well, no, Shannon's passed, so Kevin.
Oh,
So
it's
Liam
been
fits into the non-human names.
it has been a lovely night with all of you. Thank you for coming here and playing and joining me and us this evening. Thank you, Jason, Chris, Andrew, Tom, James, and also thank you, Chris Winterburn, who was in the comments earlier. And yeah, before we go, I like to encourage everyone, if they can, to say something that they're looking forward to in the next couple of days. Let's go from Jason and work round.
I'm going to be slightly self-centered and go, I'm looking forward to my birthday tomorrow.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
birthday.
Seems
Like I said,
Should we give Jason an early happy birthday?
You don't look a day over 62, Jason.
I don't
Congratulations.
want to do
because we get to have a picnic tomorrow, like I said, full of eggs. Although my present doesn't arrive until June because we ordered it late because I decided I want to get add my own money into it and get myself a hang drum, which is like a pan. Think of it's got almost like a sound like a like a steel drum, but you use your hands.
Ooh.
It's very ethereal and it's beautiful. And I've wanted one that kind of instrument for a while now. So I thought, what with the birthday money that they would have normally spent on other things, and as I've collected all my Doctor Who DVDs I can, so that's that out of the window now. I'm going to be sensible and buy an instrument I'd play and add to my collection.
Maybe you can play us a little tune for the next There's Games Night, maybe.
It doesn't arrive till June.
Oh, right, okay.
It's like the vaccine, you know, it'll metaphorically occur tomorrow, but not actually be useful till June.
The vaccine, yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to spending a day because Michael managed to get some time off from work, so we get to spend a whole day as family.
Well, I hope you have a truly wonderful little birthday celebration with the 4 of you.
Happy birthday.
There's 5 of us.
Yeah.
There's myself, my husband.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
2 grandmothers, my grandmothers, and my brother.
Sorry about that.
My brother said he's also going to join, which is quite nice.
Awesome.
For those who don't know, my brother's like myself, autistic, but I'm just talk for England. He doesn't. He's selective mute and social recluse.
Chris, what are you looking forward to?
I am looking forward to doing some playtesting tomorrow and Saturday and maybe Sunday, depending on who I can get together for kind of a last-minute ad hoc sort of thing. I'm also looking forward to running my very own sort of playtesting thing next Thursday. So we'll see what happens.
What are you playtesting?
Well, the Thursday thing is going to be a virtual playtesting event that's kind of run on European hours. With all respect to the folks in the U.S. that are working on EST and Pacific time, if they want to start evening Eastern time, it's like midnight here, and then it just gets later from there. So I'm hoping to do some stuff with more on European times, and of course, anyone that's able to come out is invited, and it's just a different time zone, you know.
You know, this is the same problem I've had with one of my big gaming groups for years, is having to point out to them that I'm asking them to come on in the afternoon, but they're asking me to sit up till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
One of those is reasonable, one of those is less so. You know, I'll do it occasionally, but yeah, if we want a big event, then you're going to have to just decide that you're going to give up your afternoon occasionally.
I dropped out of a lot of D&D sessions when I realised they got more and more American-centric, and I love them. They're brilliant games, but yeah, I'm not staying up to like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning for a game.
It's when your CST gaming group decide to add somebody who's a great mate of theirs who's in Mountain Time or the West Coast, and it's like, oh yeah, hey, and it's just like, no, you're just gonna drag it another hour, 2 hours into the
yeah. So what I'm hoping to, so this is gonna be every Thursday evening UK time, probably starting around 5 p.m. and then going to question mark. And again, anyone that might have a schedule that works with that is, of course, free to join. And it's going to kind of borrow some inspiration from some of the other playtesting groups out there in terms of format and how it will all work. What matters, of course, the one big rule.
So you couldn't have done it on another night. You had to.
It was the night that we ended up going with, based on what kind of worked with their schedules. But yeah.
Unfortunate, but it's still a good thing. I hope your playtest goes well and has some very constructive criticism.
Yeah, thank you.
Andrew.
Some games over the bank holiday. There's a new computer game I want to play. Some tabletop games with my wife. Yeah, games. Actually, and games without being interrupted by work, because I kept saying I'm going to do more games, and I've discovered it's not practical to do that most weekdays. So, yeah.
Being there.
I'm gonna hopefully be meeting up via video chat with some people from my local playtesting group to chat some stuff. So,
nice.
James?
Well, apart from meteorites and riots and people's birthdays, and I don't know. I mean, I think I was hoping there'd be something on the telly about the 75th anniversary of the war and all that. I thought that might be something worthwhile watching. See if that's on. I'll still be chatting up with some friends and just doing normal stuff really. But yeah, I might even have a lie-in. I think I deserve a lie-in. I worked really hard for most of the week and see what happens.
I have to say, I very much resent slightly V-Day because I was in newspaper local newspaper when I was born as someone born locally on VE Day. I was like, you're kidding me, right?
I mean, it's a 1 in
the victory in
365 shot.
Europe. I mean, victory in Europe it was fantastic. Obviously a very big key point in the war, but at the same time.
I mean, you missed New Year's Day, you missed Christmas, you missed Christmas
I
Eve, you missed Boxing Day, you missed the 11th of September, you missed plenty of other ones that would have been much worse than VE Day.
I would prefer to have been born on the 29th of February, put it that way.
So you can just age very slowly.
See, this is my 4th birthday. Well, more like your 10th birthday. Whatever.
Yeah, I've got to think about that. No, it would be I wouldn't technically be 25, born in 95, so
young.
6th birthday.
In primary school.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you all suddenly.
I'm looking forward to doing more morning streams because those are quite nice. I am looking forward to seeing Chris and Ellie and anyone else who comes along tomorrow. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully signing a contract. There's one thing that I was actually just looking over at, which they agreed with, but then in the contract that they sent us to sign, it wasn't amended. So I think that was probably an oversight. So hopefully can get it fixed as soon as possible. And yeah, then we can announce that my game is totally going to be signed up with. And I'll be able to fill in those blanks very soon.
For a moment, I thought this was a new sub-vocal title for a game, but no, you mean a...
Oh no, that's not something.
I mean,
the
board game, yes.
Yeah. The board game formerly known as.
Call back. You got there half a second ahead of me.
I mean, actually, it might be appropriate in this mix to have a board game named after a cough, isn't it? But that'd be a bit far-fetched.
I really hate there have been games already about the virus. Like, come on, you don't even know the conclusion yet. Just you need a little bit more time for the game to be fully fleshed out. That's my issue with it. Not that it's the topic, the fact that they haven't waited. It's the same mistake I made when I tried to write an opera in my bachelor's on Putin in Crimea, based on Nixon in China. It was for an assignment, that there wasn't any conclusion yet. I couldn't really do anything thematically. It's like,
surely that makes a game valid. An opera, and I accept you do experimental pieces, but a piece of music, if it is written down in some form, has a way it is written down and an expected outcome or an expected range of outcomes. Whereas a game is surely designed not to have a fixed outcome. So writing the game before you're unduly influenced by the actual historic outcome is surely a bonus.
I think all of these games are going to be generic, either roll and move things or fighting a generic disease like Pandemic. Oh, fun fact, Pandemic's stats on Board Game Geek, apparently like 3 times as many people are playing Pandemic in the last couple of months. And
yeah, I haven't checked what Plague Inc. is doing, because they did a massive donation, didn't they? But Plague
they
Inc.
have risen a lot in sales.
Yeah.
And I think that, we were talking about maybe doing another live stream on the Saturday. That because, rather than having a thing on the Sunday, maybe do a thing on the Saturday. But that's something that we'll talk about. If we are, then it'll go up. And in any case, if you've been watching, thank you so much for watching. And for now, all we've got left to do basically is to say Bye bye.
Bye,
I
everyone.
feel like Teletubby. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye-bye,
Time for Telly
bye-bye,
bye bye.
Bye-bye,
Time for Telly bye
Teletubbies.
bye. Time for Telly bye bye.
English.